Certain stepdad here. There's something that I've got that came through the videos I watch on YouTube, mainly angry cops. So this thing really irks me off, being the fact that I am a soldier that likes serving in the military, but I have underlying issues that are preventing me from continuing on into the military. I mean, at least I wanted to do a couple more years in the service, but I have physical issues that are coming up that I feel it's best that for me to step down once my contract is up. It's not because I want to get out, it's more because I feel these issues would be more of a hindrance on my fellow soldiers than it would be me feeling I would be more my hindrance. But this individual is in the military telling people how to get out of the military. Cause they don't want to be in the military anymore. Um, it's the thing that really irks me. And I'm going to actually put the face of the individual up. And with the title of the video, Angry Cops Angry Cops actually goes into the video, but this is the individual, and I don't recommend attacking them, but I'm attacking them because it's a big issue. But she tells them how to make false claims about how to get out of the military. She's even falsely used religious beliefs to get out of the military. These aspects are, even if you were to do it in basic training, some of these things in basic training, they will send you through more iterations as so they try to send you through as many iterations as possible. And if you're trying to claim something happened and there's they haven't supposedly made it worse, and it's not documented, but you don't have any documentation proving that you came in with it, the military's not going to cover it. I mean, like, I actually have an issue with this wrist. It actually, every now and then, if I lift something or put enough strain on it, it will hurt. It's not the military's fault that this hurts. It's just, and I had a little accident where there was a wet spot on the rung of a ladder, and I was holding on to a tree with my hand, and like there's a branch like this on it, and I slid and it got caught, and I strained it. I don't blame the military for that. I don't blame them for my ankle. And I'll be honest, I have a slight ringing in my ear, but I'm probably not going to follow through with that because as of right now, it's just the ringing. But using these false claims to get out is not going to do you good in the long run. It's going to hurt you if you do this stuff. Because then your jobs are going to wonder what happened, why you're doing this and kind of work when you couldn't do it for this kind of work for this certain church stuff for the military. On using religious beliefs, I do claim to have religious beliefs. Well, I believe in God, but it doesn't keep me from doing what the military needs me to do to protect this country. This person's just really needs to have some repercussions for doing this kind of stuff. These kind of people in the military are going to cause all sorts of issues, retention issues, freaking soldiers not making it through basic. I don't even want to see her in a position of leadership at all because she does not deserve it. I'll admit, I actually had a chain of command that would not would not put up my promotion packet for E5 until I showed that I was capable of being in that position. And I actually respect them for doing that. It and it my position when in leadership is when the soldier really is hurt, I encourage them to see medical personnel to get that issue resolved. Now, if it's something like they've got a headache or something that some muscle pain that just like they slept wrong, they know they slept wrong, I'll do what I can to help with that. There's a time to be a nice individual, nice NCO, taking care of you take care of them, and there's times you get when you do need to be rough with them. Just kind of like kids. You can't continuously baby kids because you don't want to hurt their feelings or be like your parents and let them get away with everything. You gotta be rough when you need to be rough on them, and be soft when they've earned the time for you to be soft with them. That's how I do it, and I'm not above doing details with those that are usually assigned under me, because it's one way I have earned a lot of soldiers' respect. I mean, I've had soldiers come and say they would would have liked to be under me because of how I treat my soldiers and all that. But this individual, I would not want to see in that in a leadership position. It's a massive problem for these kind of individuals to be leadership. And I'm always going to be irritated at these kind of individuals, no matter even when I'm out, because these individuals are still in when someone like me who takes being in the military seriously has had a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment coming through the military, but feels physically I can't continue, or they can't continue in the military because of issues, these physical issues. They're gonna have, it's just gonna be, we're gonna be angry with these individuals, especially if the military continuously gets filled with these type of individuals. And she found it funny that her drill sergeants were shorter than her. I had a female drill sergeant, shorter than me. She actually terrified me. She was all the drill sergeants terrified me, but she was still able to terrify me because I knew that if she wanted to, she could have messed me up big time. I mean, she wasn't in my platoon, but she was in my basic training company. I have respect for drill sergeants, and I'll admit that I actually look back at basic training and see it as an enjoyable time, even though when I was there, it seemed like it sucked. And if I had the choice to go back through basic training, like it was when I went through in 2004, I'd do it all over again, even at this age. And this is probably gonna be posted on Friday, which is Monday now that I'm making it, due to the fact that I've got training coming up. And I'm actually going to be finish my contract out in February. I been enjoying the military, and I'm not happy with some of the changes that have been made since I've been in. I mean, them trying to get rid of the shark attack, getting rid of the cursing. Seems like and soldiers being allowed to have electronics in basic or stuff like that. It's when I went through basic, there was no cell phones. You had to go to a phone booth and call. You got sharked at, got smoked every day, and got yelled at. And I'll be honest, the platoon I was in, we always had platoon smoking. We did not have individual smoking. I mean, one soldier kind of got in a bit of a scuffle while during basic, and we got in trouble. We got trouble when we were smoked. We didn't get a negative counseling. We got smoked, and in the end, me and that soldier respected each other after that. But if you're joining the military for any reason, you better hold that reason. It needs to be one of those reasons that will help you continue until at least the end of your contract. Because if you were to end your contract, it will have some repercussions. I mean, a lot of monetary repercussions. If you join for the college, money for college, you better at least finish your first contract. And do you hard on money, and that bonus looks really good, you better finish that contract, or you're gonna end up paying it all back. Most people don't believe me when I say it, but I joined because of September 11th. And that's why I chose to serve this country, and why I continue to serve until up to this point. And I'm pretty sure soldiers like angry cops would rather have someone like me behind him that may have issues passing a PT test because of other ailments, but is more than willing to injure themselves more to make sure they are going to have someone behind their back they can trust. Because I may be getting old and broken, but if I were to be in a firefight, I would do everything possible to make sure my fellow soldiers would accomplish the mission and not have to worry about dragging me off the field, because I got injured doing something I shouldn't have been doing, or trying making it a way to find a way out of the combat zone. And I'm pretty sure this individual may try to do stuff like that. I mean, she works as a in the medic section, medical of the military. I mean, when I joined, I was human resources. But of course, when I went to my first deployment, 42 Alphas were still being used on convoys as gunners and stuff like that. So, I would have. Some MOSs will do that, and I did reclass to internment resettlement, which is prison guard, or even some people call cage kickers. But I've done a lot to make sure I will make it to the end of my contract instead of trying to get out. I'd rather leave with my contract completed rather than walking out with a other than honorable discharge. And I made this video like dressed the way I am because it'd be more of a disservice to the uniform while I'm still in to have a beard and wear the uniform as of right now, since that's the policy. When I get out, if I wear the uniform and have a beard, it's not gonna matter much due to I'm not in, but more than likely it would be a lot. I'd probably be at least a little more trimmed up and more instead of kind of looking real raggedy. But I really encourage those people that are thinking about joining the military just for college or the money, that you're willing to complete one contract instead of trying to get a medical discharge or anything other than honorable, because it's going to ruin your life. I will talk to you next time.